Welcome. Today I will be talking about poliwhirl strengths and weaknesses and the overall role it plays in teams, as well as its place in the current metagame. Poliwhirl is a 2 MP Pokemon that specializes in hard countering specific Pokemon, and that's because of his ability called Spinning Pattern. An ability that makes the opponent's spins shift by 2 segments. Keep in mind that the ability alone is what defines Poliwhirl, as with it he can hard counter specific Pokemon and make their spins shift into the weaker part of their wheel, such as their miss segments or their lowest damaging attacks. Poliwhirl's wheel consists of a 48 sized water gun that deals 40 damage, a 16 sized water gun that deals 50 damage. Keep in mind, since they are both cold water gun, this means that when Poliwhirl is paralyzed or burned, his 16 sized water gun won't go, but rather his next move will. And that move is a 24 sized 2-star purple hypnosis that puts the opposing Pokemon to sleep. And lastly, a 8 sized mess that gets reduced to 4 at level 5. Poliwhirl's main strength comes from the specific Pokemon he can hard counter. And luckily for Poliwhirl, some of the Pokemon he hard counters are some of the best Pokemon in the game. Pokemon such as Virizion and Terrakion are perfect examples of Pokemon that are extremely weak against Poliwhirl, having little to no chance of successfully defending themselves. Then there are Pokemon that Poliwhirl soft counters, such as Sceptile and Deoxys attack form, since although he has a good chance of taking them out, they also have a good chance to do the same to Poliwhirl. Then there are Pokemon that Poliwhirl can slow down but not necessarily counter them, such as Zapdos and Moltres, since it can be difficult for them to knock out Poliwhirl due to his ability. However, unless if they get unlucky, then they both can eventually knock him out. There are a lot of matchups that I can cover, but these are the main ones, and the other ones aren't as important. Just like how Poliwhirl's ability gives him great matchups versus some Pokemon, it also gives him some bad matchups. Pokemon such as Gyarados and Combusken are extremely powerful against Poliwhirl, and Poliwhirl himself has little to no chance of defending himself against them. Pokemon such as non-level 5 Heatran and Rayquaza have wheel shapes that don't get affected by Poliwhirl's ability much, so they don't need to worry about it much unless if they are level 5. And Pokemon such as Blaziken and Greninja have very good chance of knocking out Poliwhirl. However, they also can be knocked out by Poliwhirl depending on what they roll. Poliwhirl is usually used to hard counter certain powerful Pokemon such as Virizion and Terrakion, since his ability allows him to hard counter those said Pokemon a lot more than any other Pokemon in this game. Additionally, he has very good matchups against some popular Pokemon such as Sceptile and Deoxys attack form, and has the potential to knock them out easily compared to other Pokemon in this game, but however can still be knocked out by them depending on what they roll. Overall, Poliwhirl is a wild card, and he is capable of doing many things that no other Pokemon can do thanks to his ability. Overall, Poliwhirl is a powerful Pokemon. The strengths that he has are very unique, and no other Pokemon competes with him in his strengths. He is a perfect example of a well-designed Pokemon that is both interesting for people to play with and against, yet is a balanced Pokemon himself. Poliwhirl may not be used as much as how powerful he is because of how different he is, but that doesn't change the fact that he is one of the better Pokemon in the game, and a Poliwhirl in your team is always gonna be powerful. Thank you for watching this video. If there are any Pokemon you want me to do an analysis on, make sure to leave that in the comments below. Also, if there is any feedback you can give me on this video and what I can improve on it, leave that in the comments below. I will greatly appreciate any feedback.